So someone asked me if I could do a tutorial for this square, so I'm going to try that now. This is my first time filming a tutorial, so I don't know how good this will be. The first thing you need to do is make a slip stitch and chain 5, and this chain 5 is going to count as your first stitch to work in, and then the next 3 count as a double crochet, and then the next one is a chain. So after you've done that, you're going to do 3 double crochets in the first stitch you made. So going in, there's 1, 2 and 3. After that, you're going to chain 1 and do another 1 into that same space. And that's you done with your first round and your first colour. For the next colour, we're going into the 4th chain of the original 5 we made. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to join it with a slip stitch and then chain 3. No, sorry, you're going to chain 4. After that, you're going to do 3 double crochets into the space. That's 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to chain 1. You're going to skip over the 3 we did last time and go into the other space and do another 3. 1, 2, and 3. My tail's getting in the way. You're going to chain 1 and then do a single crochet into the single crochet at the end of the last one. And you are starting to make this triangle that looks like this, but it's actually going to be going that way. Then fasten off your second colour. And once again, you're going to be joining with a slip stitch into the 3rd of your 4 chains, and each round will be doing that. So slip stitch into that 3rd chain, and then each row will be beginning like this. You will be chaining 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then doing 3 double crochet into this space you have here. And then chaining 1, skipping over the 3 and going into the next space and doing 3 more doubles. 1, 2, and 3. And again, chaining 1, skipping over the 3 and going in the next space, doing 3. And each one is also going to end by chaining 1 and doing a double into the last stitch you did of the previous round. And each row will continue like that, but each row will have 1 more than the one before, so you're increasing as you're going. So I'm going to leave there until we have the 6 we need to increase. And now that we've got our 6 increases, we're going to start our decreases, and this time we're going to go in the 4th chain rather than the 3rd. And rather than chaining 4, we will only be chaining 3 this time, and we will not be doing a cluster in this first hole like we have been before. Instead, we'll be going over into this hole instead. So 1, 2, and 3. And we'll be chaining 1, and we'll be going in every one except this very last one here. So once you've got to the last one and aren't going in this one, instead what you're going to do is a double crochet straight into the top of that single double crochet you did at the end of the last row. Starting at the top of the chain 3 that we did at the beginning of the last round, we're going to attach our new colour with a slip stitch and a chain 3 again. And again, we're missing this first space that was created last time, and we're going straight over the first cluster into the next space to do our first cluster of 3. And again, we're going to be chaining 1, going to the next cluster and doing all of them except for this last one. And again, like last time, we're going to skip this one and go straight into doing a double at the top of the double we did at the end of the last round. And again, we're going to do a slip stitch to secure it and then cut that off and move on to our next colour. Just like the increases, this is exactly the same each time now, so I'm going to meet you back when we are down to finishing the last one. I'm on the final round. I've just done the chain 3 and now I'm doing the last cluster, and then we're going to move on to the border round, which will help tidy it up. For our border, we are going to attach with a slip stitch to the top of the chain 3 of that final row we just did. And then we're just going to chain 1 this time. And we're going to move into the middle of the 3 cluster we did. So this 3 cluster, we're going into the middle one, and we're going to do 2 double crochets. So that's 1 and 2. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do 2 more in that same space. 1, 2. So it looks something like this. Then we're going to do single crochets, and we're going to start by going into the side of the chain of the double crochet we did at the end, and we're going to do 2 in that double crochet. And you kind of have to feel around for the spaces here because we're not going into actual stitches. And then we do 2 into the next double crochet down. For me, it's this pink color, and 1 in the very top of the next, which is pink for me, and then 2 more into the pink. I don't know why it has you doing blue, sorry, 3 in that one, but for some reason it does. And then 2 into what for me is the green. Oops, the ends are getting tangled. Oh gosh. 2 in the green, and you're just going to continue that until the next corner. This corner we're going to be working into the top of the last double crochet done on the last increase row, and we're going to go in with 2 double crochets, the same as the last corner. 1, 2, and then a chain 3 and 2 more double crochets into the same space. This creates the corner we need. I will be going along this side the same as we did the last side, and I will meet you at the next corner. Now we're back at the next corner, and we're back where we started in the first place. So let me just move this yarn out of the way. We're going to be working into that first chain stitch we made right at the very beginning, and we are going to do the same as the other corners before going along the next side in the same way as before. So now for our final corner, we will be going into the top of our last row of increases, the top of its chain. So in here, I'll meet you once you've done all the slip stitches and show you where to secure off. And once you've done all your single crochets along there, you're going to slip stitch into the top of the first double crochet you did in the first corner. Then once you've weaved in all the ends, you'll have a square that looks something like this. And here's the original that we copied. I hope this was helpful.